Oftentimes in my life, I've found myself in different seasons, some of those seasons being really good seasons, and other times seasons that it doesn't feel all that good. And so Psalm 42 has been a map in both those good times and those bad times. Psalm 42 is this up and down chapter in the Bible where one minute the psalmist has all his security in God, and then the next minute he's questioning if he is secure with God. And I love the tone that this psalm sets, because it begins with, as a deer pants for water, so my soul thirsts for you. And I love that, because that should be our anthem. That should be something that we as believers should be about, is that we should long for God as a deer in a desert is looking for water. And he knows that without that water, he's not going to make it. And so that our same reaction, our same mind with our God should be, man, without Jesus in our life, we're not going to make it. There's no hope. There's no promise. There's no nothing without Jesus. And so I long for him. And then the psalmist goes on to talk about his anxiety and his fears. And so when he looks at that, he says, my tears have been my food day and night. I don't know about you, but I've been in that season. And he says, oh, I miss the days when I was with the house of the Lord and I was celebrating God. And then I want to read to you this next portion of the text, because I think that this portion offers us a lot of hope, but it's also a very real and authentic text. And so in Psalm 42, starting with verse 5, he says, why are you cast down, O my soul? And why are you in turmoil within me? Hope in God, for I shall again praise him, my salvation from God. And so the psalmist, he says, man, my soul, why are you downcast when I have this hope in God, that nothing that this world causes, no pandemic, no injustice, no oppression, no bad day, no good day. It matters when you put it in the weight of a good God that is going to restore and reconcile all things. And so how do we respond? How do we go about our life in those seasons where we don't have the security or the voice in our head reminding us that God is enough and his gospel will sustain? And so his next section, he says, my soul is cast down within me. Therefore, I remember you. From the land of Jordan and of Hermon, from Mount Mizar, deep calls to deep. And at the roar of your waterfalls, all your breakers and your waves have gone over me. And by the Lord commands his love, and at night his song is with me, a prayer to the God of my life. And so what the psalmist is saying is, man, I don't care if I'm on the mountain. I don't care if I'm in the valley. I don't care if I'm in the desert. I know that God is over me. And sometimes that means just being still and letting God do what he needs to do in your life. And other times it means that you just allow his love to overwhelm you, like that waterfall where you just sit there, and it says that he commands his steadfast love, that love that's not going anywhere, to just encompass all of you. And at night when you can't sleep and you're a little bit anxious because the world around you begins to feel like it's collapsing, that you're reminded that he gives you a song by night, that he is good and that his promises are good and that he endures all things. That is why Psalm 42 is so special to me, because it's real, it's vulnerable. The psalmist is not in a good season. He says over and over again, he has these moments where he falls back in to these seasons of like, I just don't know what to do. But then he rises back up and he says, hope in God. He is my salvation. God is your salvation and he is the light, and he will get you through all things through the gospel of Jesus Christ.